Hello everyone, this is Robert here with Techie 311 live broadcast of Apple's event being held today in California, and it's going to start pretty soon. We've got 11:59 here in Texas, so it should be 9:59 over there. So I'm going to give you guys a live broadcast, not actually streaming the whole event, but I will be broadcasting from the live blogs. I'll be showing you guys the live blogs on what's going on. And speaking of that, let's go ahead and get you into some of the live blogs that I've got going on. All right, you can see here that they're getting ready to start. And I'm waiting on my side for them to actually begin. Say lights are dimming, about to get started. Okay, so I'm pulling up the stream on my end, and then I'll go ahead and continue the live blog with you guys as well. Yeah, so they're doing a little commercial right now. It's currently what they're going through. Okay, so this is basically a preview where they're kind of showing a lot of apps, a lot of things that are going to be coming on with iOS 9. So it's pretty much a commercial at this point on what they're doing. Yeah, it's sort of like a comedy bit. Yeah, it's a rehearsal skit. They're making a parody of Tim Cook. Okay, so we haven't got into everything yet. So I'm going to go ahead and start explaining to you what this WWDC is. It's the Worldwide Developer Conference for 2015. And the big thing about this conference this year was supposed to be the Apple TV. That's how the logo was designed. Unfortunately, Apple had to pull the Apple TV because they couldn't get the licensing deals in time. So this basic WWDC is going to cover the iOS 9 for the iPhones and on the iDevices, which is going to be available for all the lower devices, let's say iPhone 4s and 4Ss this year for the first time. They're going to go over the Mac OS 10.11. It's going to have a lot of the features that the iPhone has. So that's going to be another good feature then. They're probably going to talk about the Apple SDK program, which is going to allow your apps to be designed for the Apple Watch. That way you're not having to have it paired with your iPhone the whole time. So that's going to be something that we're going to hear about. Now, whether we're going to hear anything new about new devices, any new iPhones, that's up in the air right now. Most of the stuff was rumors. But from what I can tell from what they're doing from this little video, it's going to be a lot of stuff about apps, a lot of control of your apps, and so forth. And that's what I can tell so far from what they're showing in this little commercial. You can see the commercials on the top. I'm showing you guys the screenshots. We got the live blog going on the bottom. So these are from the people that are actually at the event itself. Since I'm not at the event itself, all I can do is live broadcast it to you guys. And so for you guys that watch this back on the recording, that's basically what this is. I have a live blog going on from California. I'm in Texas now, so it's noon over here. And I'll be showing you the screenshots as well on top. So you'll see everything that I see that's going on. So this is right now a little commercial. The event hasn't started yet. So I'm letting you guys know that now. All right, now it looks like they're going to present Tim Cook on the stage. Yeah, now we're actually going to start WWDC. Yeah, so Tim Cook is on stage now, talking about a lot of things that they have to cover. So this is the 26th WWDC this year. Yeah, they have 80% first-time attendees. Yeah, so now he's going through what the 26th WWDC is all about, giving us basically the stats and everything. Yeah, so remember, the event starts June 8th, which is today. It's going to go all the way to June 12th to allow all these developers to use whatever the new betas of the iOSs and OSs and any new devices that are out there. So they're going to live stream 30 sessions of the conference also. Yeah, so he's going to bring in a lot of little tidbits and things about what's going on in the world. He's talking about how Apple was influenced in the baseball this current year. So now Apple's helping this baseball player. Yeah, so now we're talking about the updates for Mac OS and iOS. And they're bringing native apps to the watch. So they are announcing it. They are going to bring the native apps to the watch. So WatchOS is going to have a whole version now to allow the apps to run much faster. They don't have to be paired with the phone. Yeah, so they're talking about a lot of these new updates. Now remember, you guys that are joining me now, this is going on live, and this is a live blog going on directly from Apple's event in California. I'm in Texas, so I'm not at the actual event. So I'm giving you guys my broadcast as it goes on live. So now he's going to go over the OS X for the Mac and the iOS. And now we're going to go through OS 10 Yosemite. Going to talk about the updates. This will be for the new update 10.11. I'm talking about how more and more people have installed Yosemite. Yeah, so you're going to talk about the new Yosemite. And it'll be called El Capitan. This will be the new update. So they're giving us the name now. And remember, what you're seeing in my live blog, this is going on in California. So what my stream is going to be a little bit behind where you're going to see. So you're going to see everything before I actually get to actually tell you about it. So I don't know. This is some new to some bikes that I'm seeing on here. You guys probably won't see it. And so this is about the naming of the new OS software. Yeah, OS 10 El Capitan is going to be the name. This is 10.11. So they're going to work on experience and performance. So they're going to increase spotlight. They're going to have more built-in apps. And managing windows in here. So they're going to do a demo now. Oh, and now the cursor is gonna enlarge itself. So that's gonna be a good feature we're gonna have. Yeah, the mail is gonna be increased to look more like the iOS version. So we're gonna have nice gestures within there. So most of your features in there are going to copy iOS. You'll be able to move sites, pin them. You're going to be able to bookmark sites better. Yeah, so pinning sites is a new feature we're going to get. So they're speeding up the way your sites load. Safari is going to have a lot of improvements that are going to copy a lot of iOS. You can see I got the live pictures showing you above. Basically, I'm one photo behind where you guys are looking at because this is going on live over there. So by the time the stream gets to me, it's a little bit later. Maybe about a minute, maybe a minute or two later. And like it says here, it'll also work with documents, like documents I worked in last June. Mail. So then we're going to get more spotlight search in Safari. So spotlight search is going to be more like iOS. So Spotlight's going to be very improved within OS 10.11. Yeah, it's going to be more specific. Your Spotlight search on your Mac. So yeah, he's going through the demo now on Safari. It's going to have a lot more features than Yosemite got when it first came out. So I think this new update, 10.11, which will probably come out in September, I'm hoping my old Mac can be compatible with it, so I can show you guys more about what it is. But this new Safari for the Mac for OS 10.11 really going to copy a lot of stuff that the new iOS 9 is going to have in it. So basically, they're kind of combining the two within each other. And so now they're talking about a lot of the stuff by having all the windows open. And so now we're going to have mission control. They're going to show up mission control. So slide up. And there's mission control. So you can click from each one. And we have full screen, organizing the menus. All right, let's see. So I'm going to try to give you a faster log here. Let's see if they'll show you how to do it. And so now they have split views, full screen views. Yeah, so Spotlight improved and El Capitan for OS. So we have all the same stuff like iOS. Basically, this is an example of what iOS 9 is going to be like also, because they're going to work together. Yeah, so we're going to have the ability to split view as well. Okay, now we're going to do the performance part of it. So app launching will be faster. Mail messages will be faster. So they're going to really speed up this new OS. And now they're going to include Metal as well. So now they're going to increase a lot more with Metal. Games are going to go up. And so they're bringing Metal now to the Mac. The same Metal that they brought to the iPhone 6 and 6 Pluses with the iOS 8 is now going to be included in the Mac version. And they're going to compress it. So they're going to bring everything up to 50% faster. So basically this new OS is going to speed your system up. Now, will this work for the older Macs? That's something we're going to have to find out and see when it gets released. It should probably be around September or so. But they're giving a lot of information about how it's going to work. Metal for the Mac is actually going to be a good thing because you do most of your stuff on the Mac. Yeah, and they're talking more about Adobe and how it came in to help out. So they're going to include Adobe for your drawing, your art tools. I really hope that this new OS is going to be available for older Macs, because I didn't get all the features with the Yosemite because I have a late, or actually mid-2011 Mac, and it kind of sucks that I couldn't get the features of Yosemite, so I'm hoping with this one they'll allow the features to come. But that's something we won't know until September, and we won't know until the beta versions are available for the developers this week. Keep you guys informed with what I find out. But right now, all they're doing is talking about how Epic Games is going to bring more games to the Mac. So they're going to give a demo now of the game system, how Metal will work with the new OS. Yeah, so now they're going to talk about how Metal will work with iOS. So now we're going to talk more about how Epic is going to make games for your Mac so that your games will run faster, clearer, look better, and so forth. Now, I don't know if this is going to be good for non-Retina display Macs or not. That's something they haven't explained yet. But I suppose this new OS is going to really improve any performance of any Mac that they have available. Yeah, they're giving a demo now on games and how they look using the new Metal software. So you can see here, this is for the games, richer graphics, faster processing. Yeah, so they're talking about how Metal is going to help out. Alright, so now it's basically nothing but a demo of one of the games that they're playing on the Mac. Which they'll probably do the same thing on iOS 9 when they explain it. So the live feed is going to be showing you more of what the demo is, depending on what these people are doing in California. So what I'm hoping, and what they haven't explained yet, is going to be, is this OS X 1011 going to be available for older Macs, and will it give the same performance and the same features to older Macs? That's something that they haven't explained yet. Maybe they'll explain after this demo. If they do, since I have a late 2011 Mac, then I will go ahead and do a video for you guys showing you what the new features are for the new OS, which, like I said, probably won't be released until September unless they have issues with it, bugs or whatever. Then we're looking at probably October. But you never know. This might be the first year we get it delivered in August. It will be free, of course. So any of you guys that have Macs, you'll get to install it for free. So this is just continuing on the demo now here. Now, like I said, they did say that this is mostly a lot of software in the beginning. They said they're going to go over OS X 10.11. They will cover iOS 9, and then they're talking about the new WatchOS, which is the WatchOS is going to be the most important one because you're not going to have your watch connected and paired to your phone with the new apps. That's going to be something that's going to be spectacular. All right, so now they're going to go back more into El Capitan. Yeah, so they're going to talk about all the other game supporters, game engines, and so forth that are going to be able to run on this new OS. So experience and performance is basically what El Capitan is. And so today the developers will get it as a beta, and that'll probably run through to September. Public beta will start in July, and then free upgrade in fall, as I figured out. And that's the update for OS 10. And now we go down to iOS. So they're going to give more of the history about iOS 8. And that's their way to bring in iOS 9. So they're talking about how iOS upgrade rate shot up, which most people are running iOS 8 now, it looks like. Yeah, so most of the people have done all the security fixes, security updates. They're probably going to give us 8.4 maybe today, this week or something. And then they'll talk about iOS 9 getting a beta, public beta, and then, of course, being released in the fall. Everything usually gets released in the fall after this. So they want to extend battery life too. So intelligence, apps, iPad, and foundation. And so now they're going to go into iOS 9. Alright, so Intelligence Siri. This is the new update for Siri. And so now this is going to be what I've been hearing about, which is making Siri more proactive, learning what you do, how you do it before you get to do it. Sort of like Google Now, the way Google Now works. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to be including Cortana, which is currently on the Windows Phone. That'll come to iOS. So we have another new UI. It looks more like the Apple Watch for Siri. So that's going to be more like the Apple Watch. So combine the two. And more reminders. So reminders, instead of location-based, remind you of little events, little things you got to do. Yeah. Remind me to look at something when I get home for Safari and things. And proactive assistant. That's what we heard about. So proactivity all throughout the system. Yeah. So the phone will start learning what you do. So as soon as you go to do something, the phone will automatically adjust and learn what you're going to do. And I bet you this will be in conjunction with your Apple Watch as well. So driving, it'll pick things up. And it'll take invitations you receive an email and automatically put them in the calendar. And reminder times to leave. So your calendar is going to get enhanced too, as well as your reminders. If they add reminders to the calendar, I'll be happy. But we'll see. And now the phone can identify a number. So we can get probably the name of someone for a number that's called, but we don't see the name showing up. Okay. Swipe to the left, we get the search now instead of having to pull down. You get your Siri suggestions, your apps. It'd be very similar if you've ever used the new Google Photos. It'd be very similar to what that does on search. So you're going to get a lot of different links, your contacts. And so search will have a lot of things in there. They even have video search as well. You can tell there's a lot of things that are going to be in the search. This proactive is going to work a lot similar to Google Now. That's what it looks like. And now they have the API for the search as well. So yeah, that's going to be excellent. Yeah. Can find info about apps you have installed. And you get deep linking as well. It takes you directly into the apps. And a return to search. And that's an awesome thing too. So they're bringing a lot of intelligence things. All right, so they're going to give you a demo. Okay. So it's going to give you a demo now showing you when you get a message, it'll have the graphics involved. It's showing more about how Siri integration is. And it'll recognize when you have a text, you have a message. And the links are automatically added. So the phone will automatically know when you hook up headphones where you're at and automatically start with your music. So they're showing how it's going to work with integration. If you're doing something and you get a notification, and it's given more about Notification Center, which looks the same. And so Siri will start giving you suggestions based on your location or your habits. So I like the way the reminders has been revamped. So they give you more suggestions. You can do more searches within it. iOS 9 is definitely going to be a lot better than most Android phones are now. It's going to be a lot better than most of the iOSs have been. It's a lot more improved, a lot more refined. And from what I've heard, they're going to work more on quality than quantity. So when it does come out, there'll be less bugs and less issues than we've had with iOS 8 or 7 or 6 or so forth. And that's what it looks like within this demo. So they're really showing more about what the search can do. Mostly everything is based off of Siri, which Siri is on the Apple Watch, of course, and it's going to look very similar to the way they've got it working on here. So talking about how you can do recipes and demos and things and how it helps you out. And they can pick up things, you know, based on your search criteria. And how Siri is going to be much faster. How I can search through photos. And so photos can be changed too. You can scrub through photos. So photos will be revamped as well. And I kind of bet you it's going to look a lot like the new Google Photos is. So that's going to be an improvement as well. Now, will they have the unlimited storage for photos and videos? That we don't know yet. So search is going to get a lot smarter too. A lot of it's going to really copy a lot of what Google Photos has done now. But I think it's really going to be more revamped like Google Now. Basically, Siri will become the new Google Now. Yeah, so intelligence in iOS 9 is really going to improve the system. That's something I look forward to using. And it's more proactive than reactive. And so the privacy is going to be something, you're going to be anonymous, nothing associated with your Apple ID, randomized identifiers, not linked to any Apple services, not shared with third parties, and you're in full control. And that's good. So it's going to stay within your device under your own control. So that's good. You don't have to worry about your privacy being taken care of, stolen or anything. Yeah, so everything's going to be anonymous within it. And I like the fact that I don't share with any third parties. So intelligence is going to be a huge feature of iOS 9. Siri's getting revamped. Now the Apple Pay. That's what I want to hear, because this is about the reward system. They want to bring Apple Pay to a lot more places too. All right. So she's talking more about how they're going to replace the wallet with Apple Pay. The only downside about Apple Pay is a lot of stupid retailers have not updated their systems to accept Apple Pay, or even the new chips coming out in the credit cards. And now they're talking about Discover when it comes this fall, which is what I've been waiting for since Apple Pay came out. Talking about a lot more merchants that are coming out. If a lot of these merchants would fix their systems, then we could use Apple Pay daily, and I would love to use it daily. Yeah, so they're going to bring a larger list of more retailers. So October is going to be the month when most of the other ones are going to come out. And they're also talking about arenas being able to accept Apple Pay. So it'll be more than just your retailers. So they're going to integrate with Square as well. And Square will accept Apple Pay too. Yeah, so Square will have a reader that'll accept Apple Pay instead of having to swipe. So the days of swiping that old magnetic stripper look like they're kind of slowly ending. I would assume probably by 2020, there won't be any more of this strip. They're even talking about 1 million US contactless locations. And now the apps also, they're going to accept Apple Pay. Yeah, 2 times increase for checkouts for apps. And more apps are going to be accepting Apple Pay. So Apple Pay is definitely going to be increased, but I want to see more if they're going to include a reward program. That's going to be the curious thing. And then also the Pinterest thing that I heard about, where you can buy items through Pinterest with the Apple Pay. Which I'm waiting for Pinterest for the Apple Watch too, so I can use Apple Pay on the Apple Watch. So I'm curious to see if they're going to revamp Apple Pay now or if they're going to wait for iOS 9. And Apple Pay is going to be in England, so you can use Apple Pay in the US, or you can go to in England and use it. And July is when they're bringing the stuff. So July is going to be more banks increased. So more merchants. Looks like July is when England will have it. So if you plan any trips, plan them in July. You can use Apple Pay in England. Yeah, 250,000 in the UK. And it looks like in London you can pay for the transit with Apple Pay. Okay. You can add the store credit cards in iOS 9. Finally. That's good. Yeah. Kohl's, JCPenney, BJ's will be the first. And loyalty and rewards cards also. And Walgreens. And you can use all your Apple Pay with that. So this fall, Apple Pay is actually so Apple Pay will pick the correct loyalty card depending on your location. So Passbook's getting a big upgrade in iOS 9. And Passbook becomes Wallet. No longer Passbook in iOS 9. You'll get a new thing called Wallet. So credit, debit, and loyalty cards. All that included. So the wallet being replaced is what the thing is going to happen with Apple Pay now. Which is good. You don't have to carry your plastic cards anymore with you. You can now have your loyalty cards, your credit cards, debit cards all with you. They're all secure, they're all encrypted, and no one can steal your information anymore. I wish it would come now. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the revamped built-in stock apps, starting with the Notes app. And these are more enhancements. So Notes will have toolbars. So you're going to get a lot more enhanced notes. And then they're going to have checklists. Probably going to have pictures as well. So Notes is getting a revamp. This is going to be a little trouble for a lot of those Note apps. But yeah, you're going to have your pictures and Notes, checklists. And they have a drawing part also in Notes. So Notes will become more useful because I haven't used Notes in a while since it's been out. So that's going to make an enhancement. And it looks like you're going to be able to save stuff from other apps in your Notes. Yeah, you can add a link in your Notes. They're going to have an organization for Notes. So you'll have the thumbnails involved. And they have an attachment view too. Yeah. So Mac, iPad, and iPhone Notes will be synced amongst all of them. That's good because they needed to revamp the Notes anyways. Notes was getting kind of boring. Now here comes the Maps. And this one should be highly improved. Been waiting to see. They're probably going to add transit in there, probably offline, mapping view, be more improvement within the Apple Watch. And Apple Maps hadn't been working as well, but now I think they're going to improve it. Yeah, so public transit, of course. That's what he's talking about now. Yeah, so transit's going to be included. And this talks about all the transit lines. Train, bus, subways. Get all the information per station for transits. And step-by-step walking directions too. So Maps is getting improved with transit, which might hurt a lot of other mapping softwares out there. So now they're going to really improve a lot of the way transits look on the maps. So you're going to get more detailed views on the transits in the maps. So you're going to actually get indoor maps. And so indoor maps is going to be an advantage too. That's something that a lot of other mapping softwares have not done. They focused a lot on maps. And Siri is going to know more about transit as well. I like the fact that they're integrating Siri with the Apple Watch one, since I use Siri on the Apple Watch a lot. It's going to include a lot of different countries as well as the US. And searching, in fact, can do nearby. Yeah. And they're going to have Apple Pay included too. Yes, that's good because you can do your searches now for your transits. Yeah, Mac, iPad, and Mac, iPad, and iPhone are going to have improvements on the maps for iOS 9. So now they're going to talk about their stock apps. And now they're going to come up with a new stock app. A new app called News. This is something we didn't hear about in the rumors. So they say it's news personalized for you. So it's not a whole news app. Kind of taking over what Times and New York Times and all that have been doing. Okay, so they're going to give you more information about this new news app. The main real question is, are they going to be able to allow you to hide their stock apps? Because a lot of people don't use the stock apps. And that's something that I want to know if they're going to say or not. So now she's going to demo the news app. So it's sort of kind of like you personalize it to what you want for the news app. Yeah, so they're going to give you more ideas of how you can personalize this news app, make it more kind of like what you want. Yeah, so she's giving more of an information about how you can swipe through this news app, see more of the photos, the pictures, the information, how it learns more of what you like, and that's the kind of content that it'll generate. Yeah, so they're also going to allow this new fonts in it as well. Yeah, so they're going to talk about how you can get rid of some articles you don't want. And now you have video in there as well, so it's gonna support photos and videos as well. Yeah, so they're gonna have a lot of live video content as well. It's gonna be very interactive news that's gonna be built in within this. So full of graphics, full of things. Sort of kind of like the way Newsstand was, and the way Newsstand is, where you can have all the content within there, but this is all built in within this news app. Now I don't know if this is gonna take over Newsstand or not. We'll have to see. Yeah, it's going to suggest topics to you as well. So yeah, you can do a search with it, find your topics you like, and it'll generate just those topics for you. Yeah, so they're really improving the intelligence of this news app too. It's going to have a lot of algorithms that will help you out as far as learning stuff. It looks like a nice app. I just hope that they allow people to hide it for the ones who don't want to use it. Such as the Stocks app. I never used the Stock app once, and I cannot hide it anywhere. And of course, this is going to be another built-in app, so it's undeletable. So we'll have to see what happens with this. But this will come pre-installed with iOS 9. Yeah, so she's giving more of a demo of this news app, showing about how the pictures are rich, the videos are rich, how the text is, how you can scroll through the items, the articles, giving you a nice little preview. Unfortunately, that doesn't help the people who don't want the app, because if you don't want the app, then what can you do? It's going to be stuck on your phone. So she's talking about how the channels are. All right, so that's it for the demo for the news app, which looks nice. It looks like a nice app. It looks like it'd be nice to go through and get your news and notifications and all that, but we'll see. Yeah, so iPhone and iPad. Of course, same thing, privacy. What you read is not linked to any of your services, individual data not shared, and you're in control. So a lot of privacy controls in iOS 9 this time around. And that's good to know. Your info is going to be more secure than most Android phones are. And that's something that I like. All your devices will not be able to be breachable. Yeah, and they're also including magazines, so I bet you anything this will take over Newsstand. It'll be called News instead of Newsstand. Yeah, so talking about the news. Yeah. So news is going to be complete. Local news, national. Okay, so that's it. They didn't give the release date, so it's definitely going to be iOS 9 in September. Okay, now iPad. Basically, this is all still iOS 9. And let's see what the new improvements for iPad are going to be. Because I don't think they're going to talk about a new product this time around. Not in WWDC. Okay, QuickType. So now they're going to improve QuickType. So you have shortcuts and QuickType. So in the iPad, they're going to turn the keyboard into like a trackpad type. Yeah. So, yeah, editing features are going to be built in within the keyboard itself instead of you having to get off the keyboard, then go in, copy and paste, and so forth. And shortcuts within a physical keyboard on the iPad. And app switching. Multitasking has been improved. Now they've improved multitasking. This is what I've been waiting for too. This is something that I look forward to. But this is iPad multitasking, so I'm wondering if the iPhone's going to get it too. Okay, now we're going to have a demo of iOS 9 on the iPad for multitasking, which I hope this also comes on the iPhone. Yeah. So now it splits the screen. Full screen preview. Yeah. So they have something called slide over. So slide over is a new feature. Yeah. So you have a new multitasking screen for iPad. And you can divide split screen. So they've added split screen for iOS 9 and the iPad. Yeah, you can move either app separate. I hope this comes to the iPhone 6 Plus. Yeah. So you have a lot of finger gestures too on the iPad. So this is a new feature. This is something that makes multitasking more like multitasking. Yeah, so it gives you a lot more features on how you can utilize other apps with it. And they're going to add a lot of the features with QuickType. Now, I'm assuming this same feature is going to come to the iPhones and iPhone 6s and 6 Pluses, but I don't know until they say something. That's something we're going to have to see. Yeah. So he's giving a lot of features on that. Okay, so they're going to be multitasking with video. The video continues to play. That's excellent. Sort of like YouTube's doing, where it drops the video down so you can continue searching. So definitely the true multitasking. Yeah, so your videos will continue wherever you're at. On the iPhone, yeah. So yeah, so the new app switchers on the iPhone as well. So that is going to be part of the iOS 9 software. That's good. Picture in picture. So okay, so it's already been implemented within a lot of apps already. Slide over for the iPad Air 2, Mini 2, and Mini 3. And the iPad Air 2 is a split view. That's going to be great. That's going to be awesome for the new iOS 9. And now we're going to talk about performance in iOS 9, like we had performance in OS 10. So they're going to improve a lot of the performance with your iOS 9 as well. And here's battery life. So they're going to optimize your battery life too. Okay, so this is a new battery feature. Low power, so it's going to copy what the Apple Watch can do. Yeah. It'll extend battery life for 3 hours. It's a new little switch. Sort of very similar to what the Apple Watch does already. And now they're going to increase in security as well. And so, Yeah, they're going to make the over-the-air update much easier. So it's going to be a reduced amount of space. It's going to be compressed to get iOS 9. So a lot of older devices will be able to get it. The intelligence throughout the system is going to copy a lot of what Google Now can do. Yeah. So this is what the beta versions are going to be for these developers for WWDC. I'm hoping it'll be out in September, maybe October. Depends on how good it is. They're even talking about wireless CarPlay as well. HomeKit, new HomeKit profiles, automatic shades, a lot of gaming improvements. Yeah, gameplay kit, replay kit, model I/O. So a lot of improvements for the developers to be utilizing in iOS 9. All right, now HealthKit. Now let's see what the improvements are in iOS 9 and HealthKit. Yeah, they're going to add a lot more features on HealthKit and the new HomeKit. Now, HomeKit we heard about in the rumors. This is something that I want to hear about. Yeah, locks, lights. Gonna have window shades. More sensors. Gonna make the home smart with HomeKit. And access remotely through iCloud. So you can control your HomeKits anywhere, which should be good. It's a good way to control cameras and AC units and all that. And now the CarPlay. So automaker apps, audio apps, all for CarPlay. So CarPlay is going to be integrated as well, and wirelessly. So now it's going to have wireless capabilities. And that's for future cars. So it might not work for my car this time. I won't be able to show you guys CarPlay at this point. My vehicle doesn't have it. But if I upgrade my vehicle, then I'll show you. And then there's the new software Swift for the developers. And now they're going to improve Swift. So they're going to improve on the Swift program for the developers. So Swift 2 looks like it's going to be a huge improvement over Swift 1. If you guys that are not developers probably don't know what these programs are, but of course there's a developer conference, so that's what they're going to talk about, is for developer stuff. So talking about Swift for the programming languages. And now Swift becomes an open source platform. So a lot more people will be able to get access to Swift and be able to use it. Like I said, if you're not a developer, this probably doesn't mean much to you. But behind the scenes, it's really, really important because that's what actually improves your devices and allows your devices to run more smoothly and better and all that. So good thing for these developers to learn it and to know it and to use it so that your apps and everything get a lot better, a lot faster, and easier to use. So iOS, OS 10, and Linux. And it'd be late 2015, so probably after the fall. So developer beta is today for iOS 9. Public beta is in July, which is of course what I figured. And the full release would be in the fall, which would probably be mid-September, maybe October. And iOS 9 goes to everything from 4S, not 4, 4 is gone. The iPad 2 will get it. Your 5s, 5Cs, and all that. So they're bringing it to a lot of the older devices as well. Of course, 4s are out. So if you have an iPhone 4, that's not worth it. Okay, now they're probably going to start bringing up the Apple Watch stuff. Okay, so we've covered OS 10.11. We've covered iOS 9. Tim Cook's back on the stage, so I would imagine they would probably get into the Apple Watch now. And that new Apple Watch SDK for the new Apple Watch built apps, I think is going to be one of the best. So they created El Capitan as the new OS. Not going to be an upgrade to Yosemite. It's more of a newer software OS. So it looks like it's going to be a lot this year in the fall. Now, whether they're going to release new iPhones in the fall, that's something we're not going to know until we get another conference, probably in July or maybe August. So as of now, we know these are the new softwares that are coming out. And they look good. It looks fully integrated on this iOS 9. It's going to really kill what Android and all that has been doing. So for Apple, it's definitely going to be an improvement. And so he's talking about how the App Store is the key. And it says the App Store was only launched 7 years ago. Now another milestone for the App Store. 100 billion app downloads. So 100 billion downloads in the App Store for Apple is way more than any of the other phones out there or systems. Most people are going iOS, it seems. Yeah, talking about how the App Store has changed a lot of the ways software and distribution of software has been going. And 30 billion to developers to the App Store. It's the most profitable app marketplace for developers. So I wonder what that means. Does that mean that they can improve the App Store? They didn't mention much about the App Store, but I'm almost sure there's going to be some improvements in iOS 9. Okay, so now we're going to have a video demo from the App Store. So this is more of a demo video, sort of praising the app developers and what they've done. Yeah. So iOS 9 definitely shaping up to be something I can't wait to install. I'll definitely have some videos for you guys out there for iOS 9. OS 10 depends on if my Mac is going to be compatible or not for all the features. I'll try to show you what I can, and we'll figure out the compatibility when it's available in September. If not, maybe by that time, if you guys help me with getting subscribers and views and all that, I'll be able to upgrade my Mac, and I can show you everything that OS 10 El Capitan has to show. And that'll help you guys out when you do work on OS 10, so you're not confused on what to do. But almost for sure, I'll show you all the stuff for iOS 9. My iPhone 6 Plus will support it, or the new iPhone will support it as well. So they're giving more information about praising their app developers for all the devices. Yeah, so they're giving more information about the App Store and all that. I guess this is their way of leading up to the App Store for the Apple Watch. And so they're giving more information about what the app developers have done for us and how they've helped us out, and how they're talking about in 2015 the App Store has 1,500,000 apps. So this, unfortunately, is just a little video preview. They're probably going to move right into the Apple Watch right after this. Yeah, this is all basically more about praising the developers. Not much going on at this point. This is pretty much just praising the developers and what they've done with their apps, how they've helped enhance everything. So it's a good thing. Good thing to praise the developers, show them what they've done. So they're giving more information about how the App Store helps people out with all the tools and things that are available, and things that are coming out with the apps, and how they're helping improve people. Yeah, talk how it interacts and helps with kids. So yeah, the App Store is really good. The App Store really has a lot more apps than most of the other App Stores out there with other devices. They're giving more examples of how apps have helped people and helped kids and those kind of things. So the average person has 119 apps is what it says. Well, I guess I'm not average. I got almost 500, so I must not be the average person. That's why I'm a tech geek. Tech geek usually has a lot more apps because we do a lot more stuff with them. Okay, that's it for their praising demo. So now they praise and they thank the developer community. Okay, here we go. And native apps to the watch. So the new version of WatchOS. So bringing the native apps to the watch. This is what everybody's been wanting about. Yeah, so you have your Mac apps, you have your iOS apps for iPad and iPhone, and now they're going to create the watch apps. So 3 sets of app stores. And those 3 sets of app stores is going to be tremendous. That'll make the Apple Watch run much faster, which will make the Apple Watch much better and easier to use, which will make the Apple Watch a bestseller of a wearable product. I mean, I love mine as it is. It's a little slow with pairing my phone, but with native watch apps, it'll make it excellent, fantastic to use daily. Yeah, so it's a completely new WatchOS. Now the question is, will this be released in the fall, or is this something that's going to be released now, since the Apple Watches are going to be sold in the retail store starting the end of this month, around June 26th? So that's the real question I want to find out and see. WatchOS 2. So this is the enhancement. So, timepiece, communication, health and fitness, Apple Pay, Maps, and Siri. Okay, so now the timepiece. This will be more of a, I guess, being able to customize your timepiece better. Yeah, new watch faces. So the photo face. So a photo album, a photo face, and it can do like a slideshow. So that's good. And they have a time-lapse face too. Time-lapse watch faces looks good too. So that's good. That's going to be an advantage. So now third-party complications, which would be awesome instead of having to go with the built-in ones. Because that's something I use with mine now. Flight control system. Okay. So more third-party uses of the complications on the Apple Watch face. And that's a good advantage too. Yeah, so complications, templates, those kind of things will be used across the watch faces as well. And now they're going to add also feature info as well. So faster updating too. They have a new thing called time travel. So time travel will rotate the clock. And that's a good thing to do. So you can see what's coming up in your stuff without having to open up the calendars and things. So it's going to be a lot of improvements within the watch and the digital crown use and all. And there's a nightstand mode too. And you can set alarms, which will work when it's charging. Yeah, so you can have like a nightstand view for the watch as well. All right, communication improvements now. So you can have different sets of friends in the new watch. You can add friends, create separate lists for friends. So it gets a lot more expansive. And you can do multiple colors in the drawings as well. And you can reply to emails too in the new WatchOS. And FaceTime audio. And FaceTime audio is going to be included with the new WatchOS. That's good. No FaceTime, you don't have any cameras, but FaceTime audio like you do on the iPad. And your native fitness apps can run. So that'll be good. You have your native fitness apps working with the activity app as well. And Siri will be smarter too. So Siri will be as smart like for iOS 9. So Siri will be smarter on the Apple Watch as well as on iOS 9, as well as with the OS 10.11. So Siri is going to be all around. Yeah, health and fitness got an improvement as well. And now the Apple Pay. They never talked about Apple Pay rewards. They only talked about Apple Pay increasing. And of course, store cards will be included as well. And of course, all the wallet stuff will be there as well. And transit, of course, on the maps. So you can get all the information from transit on the Apple Watch as well. And the more domains for Siri. Yeah, you can do the HomeKit stuff with Siri on the watch as well. So that's going to be good. It's another good improvement. Oh, and Siri will open up the glances too, so Siri will have more control on your Apple Watch like it does on your phone. And see what they give as far as release dates. Yeah, WatchKit allows you to build native apps for the Apple Watch. Yeah. So the Apple Logic gets to be moved to the Apple Watch, so it runs more smoothly. It doesn't have to be paired to the phone. So if you can be away from your phone, and they'll be able to connect to the Wi-Fi. A lot of feature requests. Okay. So you can access microphone on the watch. That'll be something new with WatchOS too. And video too. And HealthKit on the watch. So everything's going to be much faster with the new WatchOS. And HomeKit will be a native one. And the accelerometer will also be increased on the Apple Watch. Pretty much whatever you can do on the iPhone, you'll be able to do on the watch as well. And they're adding the Taptic element, Taptic engine to more third-party apps as well. And Digital Crown will be more useful. So Digital Crown is going to be improved for access into more apps. Okay, so now we're going to do a demo of how the new WatchKit, WatchOS 2 is going to work. So they're going to show you how to do the new photo face. So you can create watch faces directly from your photos, which is good. It's something that'll make it more personalized. Yeah, so the digital crown will be able to search to the future. And now we're applying the emails too. So yeah, you can use Siri to do your replies as well. Okay, so here's going to be the third-party apps that are native. And of course, apps are going to be opening up much faster now that they'll be native. And the access to the mic for the apps too. Yeah, so it's showing how some other third-party apps will work natively. How you can go through more of the stuff, have more of the logic info like you do on the iPhone already built in. And then now you're going to support video, which means that the camera will probably be able to support video as well. Yeah. So now it's up to the developers to create their apps through their new WatchKit to make them more native-like. So developer betas are today. Yeah. So the fall, we'll get the Watch 2 on the update, iOS 9, and we'll get the OS 10.11. So the fall is a release date for everything. That gives us June, July, August for everything to work through all the betas. Yeah, talking about now OS 10, iOS 9, and WatchOS. Fall is going to be big with all these new updates. They have one more thing. Now this is something special. This is something that we did not know about. This is something you guys are going to want to hear. Now is the music. This is something that wasn't mentioned before. Let's see if this has to do with their music streaming service. So now they're going to cover with music as their one more thing. So it's not really a product. It's going to be more of the streaming service for music. And I guess they're going to include how they're going to make music better and so forth. And there's probably going to be more of the Beats Music type or iTunes Radio subscription, something of that sort. As soon as this demo gets done, I guess Tim Cook will be back and he'll explain what it is. So right now it's just a demo, sort of like a history of music. Yeah, they're giving a big history of music. From cassette tapes, 8-track tapes, CDs, bands. So it seems like a lot of different things for music. (2015) Apple Music. Yep, it'll be renamed to Apple Music. Yeah. So Apple Music is what it's going to be called now. Okay. So this is going to be Apple Music. Probably the new subscription music line. I don't know who this guy is, but apparently he knows about music. So now we're going to see what's going to make this new Apple Music special. Let's see. See if he gives more of an explanation about this Apple Music. Okay, so it's going to be a new, it's talking more about buying music and purchasing music through iTunes. Probably going to get away from the iTunes having to purchase music, and you do it through this new Apple Music. Looks like they're going to combine video and music and stuff all together. I guess he's trying to find a way to combine music into one thing. Okay, here's going to be the example of Apple Music. So it looks like there's some way to have access to all the music in one place. Now I wonder if this means they're getting rid of iTunes Match? I guess we'll find out after this demo. So this Apple Creative Artist, the music app is going to be changed. It's going to be called Apple Music. So it looks like they're combining iTunes Radio and music and the music on your phone all in one. Yeah, they have a radio station, the Beats one, Beats Music. So they have their own radio station. Yeah, Beats One. Beats One's what the new music station is going to be called. And then they have Connect. So demos, mixes, videos. Now the catalog for the fans. So it's a combination of everything in Apple Music. Yeah, all the ways you love music all in one place. It's a music service. Yeah, so they're making Apple Music now revolutionary. So they're going to make it smarter too. So Apple Music will be more human-like. A 24/7 global radio. So like Sirius radio. So they're going to make a global radio that will outdo a lot of the satellite radios out there. Yeah, music without restrictions. It's called Beats One. And connect the fan with the artist. So this is the new music that they've been talking about for a long time in the rumors. So they're going to revolutionize it, give us a 24/7 global radio, and connect us with the artist. Yeah. So your music uploaded to Apple Music is going to help improve it, because it's going to know what you like, and it's going to know how to generate the right songs that you want to see. So it's truly going to be revolutionary. Yeah, my music. Yep. Whatever album songs you have. So they're talking about Beats 1 now. So you can search your library and the streaming music that they have. They have a For You. Okay, now we're going to talk more about the global radio. This is around the globe, worldwide. And they call it Beats 1. So it's going to be based off of the Beats headphones. Okay, now they're going to talk more about Beats 1. Okay, so now they're going to talk more about this Beats 1 and how it's going to be global radio. So you'll be able to use it, I guess, in your vehicle, on the go, and so forth. Yeah, this is based on the music fans, DJs. Yeah, they all was on music. Now there's something called Connect. So you can connect directly with your artists. Okay. So Connect can see all the stuff that the artist publishes, photos, lyrics, and so forth. And fans can like and comment and reply and share. And all the artists that you like, that you prefer. Now they're going to invite another artist up on stage to talk more about it. And this is something that's cool too. Get a lot of information on the artist as well. Okay. So they got an artist up here talking more about how the artist can interact with their fans. Okay. Well, I don't know what significance this guy's going to talk about. It's basically how the artist can communicate with their fans, I suppose. How that makes it more personalized than just listening to songs. Now, I don't know if this music is going to be part of iOS 9 or if this is going to be part of the new 8.4 iOS that's supposed to come out. Once they get done with all these demos and previews and these speakers, then we'll probably find out. The rumor was it was supposed to be included with iOS 8.4, which supposedly will be an update either today or this week. Now, the fact that they did this one more thing at the end could be the reason of the new update. So it's available on my device. Been checking to see, but I'm thinking they wouldn't do it during the stuff. It'd probably be after. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Yeah. So they're talking about Connect. Yeah, they're talking more about how this Connect is going to help artists and fans. Okay. So he's just there congratulating everyone and telling them that they hope they enjoy connecting with their artists. Okay. They're going to give you a demo of Apple Music now. Okay. All right. They're going to be launching the new Apple Music. Whole new UI, whole new look. And they have a mini player. And the question is this taking over the music app that they currently have? And is this going to eliminate iTunes music? That I don't know. Yeah, so you can do a lot of different switches and stuff. Bet you iTunes is probably going to get an update too. It's definitely the year for updates. 3 updates. Okay. You can go through your songs and everything. Nice UI. You can see latest releases. And you can look at your playlist too. You can add your own artwork too. So you can reorganize your playlist, create playlists. For you, you get to choose your taste. And then you can choose your artist names. So they make recommendations. It's sort of like the way Foursquare works. Choose what you like, restaurants and those things. And then they make the recommendations for you. You can see all the rest of the songs, new albums, everything dealing with that artist. So your recommendations become a lot better. So So when they give you recommendations, you can just add on them real quick. And you can even look up singles as well. So it's got a lot of revamped stuff for the new Apple Music as well. We knew a little bit about Beats One. Now we know it's 24/7 global. The question is this Apple Music going to have anything to do with subscriptions or not? No, the music video is ad-free. So you can see all the music videos as well. Okay, so now they have radio built in, which is the Beats one. So I guess they're combining your music and iTunes Radio together. But no longer iTunes Radio. It's going to be called Beats One. Yeah, they're going through the sample of what Beats One's about. Yeah, it's going through the features of Connect. So this is how Connect works. Behind the scenes stuff. Not much I can tell you guys from here. Just this is basically a demoing of how Apple Music is going to be. The only real question is Apple Music going to be available for us today? Is it an update in 8.4? Or do we have to wait until the fall for iOS 9 to get it? That's what we're not going to know until they get done with all these demos and all the previews about it. That's what we're waiting on. So we only have to wait another, 2.5 months, I think. And then we'll get all this stuff, the new OS, the new iOS. That's assuming that they get released in September. Now, September, I know Discover is going to be on Apple Pay, so Apple Pay is going to get a lot more revamped and increased by then. I know by October, they want to get away from the magnetic strip payments and give us the contentless payments. So that means that you're not going to have to swipe anymore. So definitely October might be a more predictive date for a lot of this stuff. But who knows? We could get this this music soon. And he's currently using the current iOS 8 for Siri for this music. So I'm assuming this music is going to be released soon. He's giving us some more demos in here. So we'll have to see how this Apple Music plays out. If they're going to release it today, this week, this month. So now they're making search in Apple Music much better. Yeah, they're showing you how you can search by year. They're saying it can identify it too. Okay, so he's showing a demo of Apple Music right now. It's a live radio station, Fans Connect, and the iTunes Music Store. June 30th. Yeah, 8.4. And iTunes is actually going to Android. Yeah, $10 a month. So first 3 months free. $14.99, you can have up to 6 family members now, instead of $10 each person. So now I'm wondering if iTunes Match is going to be available still or not, because they said this will be June 30th, which is the end of the month, for 8.4. So now they're going to run an ad about Apple Music. So June 30th is when we'll get the iOS 8.4. And that's when we're going to be able to get Apple Music with that update. So that's this month for $10 a month, or $15 for a family of 6. And the good thing about it is that means you can have your own playlist, your own stuff, and everything, even if it's being shared on the family. Which would be good because I can get it for one, and then we can automatically share it. And so that'll be better. Instead of having to pay $10 for each person a month, that'd be $20. Save $6 for 2 people or up to 6. Just think about it. $10 that's 6 people. You're looking at about $60 right there. So now Tim Cook's going to talk more about the music. So we've got about a good 2.5 weeks, and we'll get Apple Music and iOS 8.4. All right, so it looks like WWDC is about to wrap up. And I have to say, there's been a lot of improvements. The only new thing we're going to get will be Apple Music this month. Everything else, we have to wait for all the betas to go through, and we'll get those in the fall. And now let's see what else he's got. So they want to celebrate the Apple Music by having an artist play. Something called The Weekend. I guess they're going to play now. I don't know what this is. This is some music group. All right, guys, I want to wrap this up a little bit, give you guys my own impressions on what I saw, what is coming out, what new things are available. Basically, this is all about software, no new hardware in WWDC. So the Apple app developers are going to have a lot more freedom as far as creating the apps for the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch is going to be more native, going to work a lot faster, not going to need to be synced with your phone. So your phone can be somewhere else. The Apple Watch will still work just the same. iOS 9 is going to have a lot more features than what Android's been having now. So we're going to have Siri all around, be able to use Siri hands-free, use Siri for doing more searches, more looks, and so forth. The aesthetics for iOS 9 are going to change a little bit. You're going to have more of like a swipe across in order to get your search in your spotlight instead of having to pull down the screen. You're going to get a lot more search criteria that are going to be involved in there. Pretty much iOS 9 is going to be more geared towards quality more than quantity, so not too many brand new features. Be a lot of new things you can do, and a lot of things are going to be based on security, so your information is going to be very secure with iOS 9. Then OS 10, which is the El Capitan, which is going to be 10.11. They have not said which Macs are compatible. They have not said which features will or will not be in all Macs. That's something I guess we're going to find out later as it comes about. Now, September, of course, is usually the fall. That's usually going to be the release dates for any one of these software updates. The only new thing we're going to get is Apple's Music, which will be the end of this month on June 30th with an iOS 8.4 update. I'll keep you guys informed on that one, and I'll go ahead and give you guys a video on Apple Music as well. Now, if it is combined with iTunes Match, which I hope it will, then I, of course, won't be charged anything for it. If it's not, then I'm looking at having double charges, one for iTunes Match and one for Apple Music. That's something I will have to find out when 8.4 comes about. Keep you guys in check with that as well. So they covered most of the stuff that was in the rumors. They covered a lot of things that were new and a lot of things that were not in the rumors. That I did notice. A lot of the things that they did cover really impressed me. I really liked it. I cannot wait until the fall comes around. Now, the fall is definitely going to be probably the time close to the fall when they're going to announce maybe new iPhones. So I would expect another event probably July, maybe in August. And that's when we're going to find out about an iPhone 6 Plus S and a 6S. And possibly Macs, iPods, and I don't know if an Apple TV will come or not, but that was pulled from this WWDC at this time. So that so far is the Worldwide Developer Conference. These people have until the end of the week, which is Friday, to start getting their hands on these new betas. You won't see any new apps coming out for your Apple Watch that are native at this point. You might see a lot of updates on your currently existing apps as these developers start implementing this stuff. Don't expect anything new besides Apple Music until September. Give it until September and let's let all the betas go through, let all the bugs go through. But I have a feeling that iOS 9 is going to come out bug-free. And that's unusual for a lot of iOS. But that's what they're working on. They want to give you more quality than quantity. So I have a feeling iOS 9 will probably be the first iOS that will come out bug-free. That's going to be an improvement in itself, just there. So Apple's just wrapped it up. Everything is shut down. They've already closed all their stuff. Their whole streaming is finished. So I'm glad for you guys who stuck around and watched. I know a lot of you guys are probably at work. You didn't get a chance to see my live broadcast at this time. I only had a few of you guys this time. So when you do come back and see this video, which will be on my channel, just know that it was a live broadcast of a live blog of people that are currently there at Apple. So I'm not actually live streaming it to you. I was currently viewing the live stream. Now, if you want to watch the live streaming, it is currently 2:30 p.m. here in Texas. Usually give Apple about a good 2 to 3 hours before it's available on apple.com. If you go to apple.com, It's going to be a 2.5-hour video, and you'll be able to watch the actual event that Apple just did live this morning. Okay, and so if you do like this video, I know it's long. I'm sorry for it being so long. That's how these live events are. Give me a thumbs up if you can. Send me any comments if you got it. If you have any hate comments, just go ahead and leave them to yourself. There's no point in you sending them through. I wish I could give you guys a live stream, but I will give you a recap video sometime this week. Give you guys more of my thoughts and more pictures and things of what's going on. All right, so subscribe if you can. I will catch you guys later with some more. As soon as these software updates come about, I will give you videos on those and show you what's coming on. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys later.